Start by sliding on the side arms onto the roller cover base. Repeat this step on both sides. Place the infill rubbers on both ends to seal the track from water. Next, using the provided Allen key, screw in the M6 flange bolts to secure the roller cover arms to the base. Do not tighten fully yet. Place the cover plate and secure it with M5 bolts with plastic bases. Tighten all bolts with a Phillips head screwdriver and pop on the screw caps. And now that the top cover is in place, tighten the M6 flange bolts that hold the roller cover arms together. If your Triton has a sports bar, you can remove it by unbolting all 8 bolts located at the bottom of each sport bar leg. Use a 13mm socket to undo all of the sport bar bolts. Have a mate help you lift the sports bar off the car. If you have an electric roller cover, you will have to cut off the tie-down points and paint exposed metal, as they will interfere with the larger roller cover base. However, if you've got a manual cover, you can always get away without doing this, but cutting it will allow for more adjustment later on. Please note that some tub liners may interfere with the roller cover and will have to be cut for the roller cover to fit. In this particular model, there was no tub liner, so no cutting was required. Place the aluminium box tubing on the back of the tub. Make sure the bigger holes are facing upwards. Using an 8mm socket and impact driver, screw in the self-tapping screws. Repeat this for all 4 holes. Place the provided foam tape over the top of the previously installed aluminium box tubing and cut off the excess. Hook a tape measure on the aluminium box tubing and mark out the following 3 points. Mark 1 point at 370mm, 1 point at 1250. And once both lines are marked, mark one more line in the center of those 2. Repeat this step on both sides. Line up the center of the T-shaped brackets with the marked lines. Screw in the brackets using the self-tapping screws, washers and an 8mm socket. The top of the bracket should sit flush with the top of the tub. Repeat this for all 6 brackets. Remove and unplug the tail lights using a 10mm socket. Drill a small pilot hole and then use a 21mm hole saw to make a hole in the corner of the tub as shown. Make sure to deburr and paint all exposed metal to prevent rust. Repeat this on both sides. Installing the thicker drain hoses can differ from one vehicle to another. In this case, the installer chose to use the factory drain holes to prevent drilling an extra hole. The most important thing to remember is to keep the drain hoses at an angle so that the water can drain out properly. If a new hole had to be drilled in the tub, mark the hole directly under the drainage point so that the tube is barely exposed. This minimizes the chance of cargo rolling around and damaging the drain tubes. Have a mate help you lift the roller cover onto the back of the Triton. Fit in the rubber grommet into the 21mm hole and feed the thinner hose through. Once the hose is fed through, use the hose clamps to clamp the hose to the outlets on the roller cover. Plug in and remount the tail lights to the vehicle. The Triton roller cover should be sitting evenly from left to right. You can use the measuring tape to check this. The roller cover should sit 40mm to 45mm from the rear window on each side. Slide in 3 channel bolts on each side. Bolt on all 6 L brackets to the T brackets using the M6 Allen key head bolts with spring washers, flat washers and whiz nuts. Use the provided M6 lock nuts to secure the roller cover to the mounting brackets. Tighten up the front ones first. Make sure the distance from the front of the roller is the same as the back, then tighten the rear brackets. Finally, tighten the middle bracket. Peel back and stick the 3M tape at the back of the roller cover arms. Start by removing the factory sport bar mounts on all 4 legs of the sports bar. Loosely bolt on the adapter plates using the existing holes at the bottom of the sport bar leg. M8 bolts are provided for this. Make sure that the slotted holes are facing towards the inside of the sports bar. Use a straight edge to line up the front and rear brackets. Slide in 4 M6 channel nuts on each side of the roller cover track. Have a mate help you lift the sport bar onto the car. Using an Allen key, tighten all 8 sport bar bolts. Pull back the roller cover and locate the inner roller cover latch. Mark the center of the tailgate. Centering the latch over that mark, make sure that the latch sits slightly higher than the top of the tailgate. You can then screw in the latch using an 8mm socket and impact driver. Make sure that the self-tapping screws are in the center of the 2 slotted holes so that you can adjust the tailgate latch later. If the tailgate latch is installed correctly, the tailgate cannot be opened whilst the roller cover is closed. If the tailgate still opens, then you might have to adjust the tailgate latch. Your installation is now complete.